Hi there, everybody. I'm at home today after being on shift at the fire station yesterday, and it was actually a pretty encouraging shift. We seem to run fewer COVID-related cases than what we've done the previous few shifts that I've worked, and so it gives me hope that some of the strategies being put into place in terms of social distancing and staying at home, that they are actually working. By no means are we out in front of this, out ahead of this yet, but I am encouraged, as I said, and I do think that we can and will beat this thing if we continue making some of the sacrifices that we've been doing here over the past few weeks. What I want to talk a little bit about today are um, some of the measures that we have implemented at the fire station as we deal with this coronavirus outbreak. And I thought that you might be able to do the same in your own day-to-day lives. One of those is that we have completely reconfigured our aid rig, and that, for all intents and purposes, is an ambulance. So we've put all of our equipment and gear. They are all in hard shell cases now, or they're in compartments behind closed doors. So we have left nothing exposed. That way, if we have a patient that we're needing to transport who is COVID positive or suspected to be COVID positive, lessens the chance of anything getting on any of our gear and equipment. It also makes it much easier to decon after the call is over. So why not use those same processes in our own vehicles? Anything that we can put in a glove compartment or in any other kind of storage area in the car, utilize that. If it doesn't need to be in there, good time to clean out your car and declutter it. Get rid of kids' school projects that are hanging out in there, gym bags, coffee mugs, whatever it may be. Also, if you do happen to have some hand sanitizer, if you're lucky enough to have gotten some of that before it flew off the shelves, keep a small hand sanitizer bottle in your vehicle. If you have some disinfectant spray or wipes, wise to wipe down your steering wheel, emergency brake, car keys, all those other things that you often touch every single time you drive your car. Something else that we've been doing is when we go on a call, we run with a crew of three. Rather than all three crew members going and making patient contact and being in close proximity to the patient, we're just sending in one firefighter EMT to do that initial assessment. If it's determined that the patient is stable and not sick, then the goal is for that firefighter EMT that made the initial contact, for them to be the only one that remains in close contact with the patient throughout the entirety of the call. Obviously, if it's a more serious call, we'll utilize the resources and more manpower as need be, but we are trying to limit the amount of personnel that are potentially being exposed. So same thing in your own lives. I know here in Washington State, our governor issued a stay-at-home order yesterday, so some of this is being done for us. But if we are out even running essential daily errands, such as going to the grocery store, no need to send the whole family to do that, or even going as a couple. Just designate one person, one household member to go out and go to the grocery store or run those essential errands that need to be done. Limit the amount of exposure that any one person in your house is having, and then obviously the potential to bring something back into your household. And lastly, something that we are doing are twice a day self-health checks. And that is basically taking our temperature twice a day at the fire station and making sure that we do not have a fever. We have implemented that same concept, that same strategy here in our household. So myself and my wife and our two children, we're checking our temperature twice a day, making sure that we're not sick. Look, the days are gone of pushing through and still showing up sick, playing hurt, for lack of a better terminology. I'm first guy right here that used to be, if I was just a little under the weather or had a head cold or sore throat, I would still try to suck it up and go about my daily life. No more. If you are sick in any way, shape, or form, fever, cough, sore throat, please stay home. So if we all do our part, stay the course, I firmly believe that we can get back and be busy living again soon. Thanks.